So today I'm going to do a quick review of our dryer. We bought this dryer a while back, and when we were mostly stationary, during stationary time, it's been unbelievable for us. So what we purchased was the Panda portable compact laundry dryer, 3.5 cubic feet, 13-pound capacity. It cost us around $320. It shipped pretty quickly. You know, we were anxiously waiting for it. There are different sizes of this dryer that you can actually get. We read the reviews and they're great. We've seen other videos on it and it's fantastic. We just want to tell how great it has been for us. You can get a smaller size than this, but we wanted something a little bit bigger since we are a family of 4. This thing measures in at about 2 feet wide, 2 feet 4 inches tall, and 1 foot 9 inches deep. Although keep in mind the depth when you have the hookup attached to the back is going to be a little bit more than that. If you don't have the hookup on when you're just storing it, then that's exactly what it is. It's going to be 1 foot 9 inches deep. It does come with the vent here for the back and a nice long tube that we live in a motorhome, so we just vent it right out our window, which is nice. This detaches so easily. I mean, you just twist it and it comes right off. You twist it, you put it back on. So it's very simple. In fact, when we store it flat up against a wall and we take this part off. It's not like it's a big ordeal to take it off and put it back on again. The cord comes out the bottom down there, so that that causes about that much of space between the wall and where you store it. That little cord part, but that's not that huge of a deal. Pretty light. I mean, you can carry this by yourself, no problem. It has handles on the sides that are very simple, and it's, like I said, it's about 2 feet wide, so your average person can carry it pretty easily. I would suggest carrying it from the back because this is a little tougher than the front. You don't want to be banging your knees up against the front when you're carrying it around. This dryer does have various modes. There's an eco mode, which I'm not sure what it does. We always just have ours in normal mode. You can have a sensor dry on or off. We figured out pretty much how long it takes things to dry, so we just keep the sensor dry off. And honestly, we've never used this air dry before. We've only gone with this hot and cold. We pretty much every time turn it up to 200, and then at about this point it's dry. We've found if we start here, then the things don't get dry. Even if we start here, for some reason this 200 area builds up the most amount of heat, and then probably by around here things get dry. When I say those things, I don't want to give the wrong impression. This dryer does an excellent job of drying. It's as good as any dryer we've ever had. The low capacity is a little bit smaller than your regular dryer that you would have in your regular house, but it does a really good job of drying stuff. It's not like a lesser dry. We use a washer that has a spin dryer, so we're not putting really wet stuff in there that's dripping wet. But we are putting things in there that are your average wetness that you would put in your regular dryer at home. It's running right now. Let's pop it open so you guys can see what it's like. So see, it can fit a large amount of clothing, and it's almost all dry right now. We, on a tip from another YouTuber, we always put a towel in there. Well, not always, but we usually put a dry towel in there, and it does a very good job of getting things dry. I don't know why. It's just a good trick that works. I want to show you the filter. There is a filter back here, and it's super easy. There's another filter up here in the front. This one you'd barely ever have to change. Very simple to change as well. Very cheap, very simple. This one up here, you have to change pretty much every time you wash, just like everything else. Let me pull it out so you can see what it looks like. Okay, on the filter, there are basically two separate filters. There's this one, which we need to replace. And then there's the lint trap. Now this is the big one that you need to do every single time. This is the lint trap. Let me show you what it looks like. Alright, so this is what the lint trap looks like when you take it apart. You just take and grab this back part, and then you grab here and you pull it apart. Boom. and here is all the lint. You just need to take this out every single time, just like your regular dryer. Every single time, and then you put it back together. And then you put this back on it. Just like that. Okay, and then this thing's really easy. It just goes right back on. Push it back on and it's good to go. And I'm gonna close the door and I'll start my dryer back up again. Nice and easy. This little dryer has worked great for us in the snow that we've been in recently. We haven't traveled around much with it. In fact, when we take off, it goes in the storage unit. We are laundromat people, and we just got tired of spending so much money at laundromats. Our budget at the laundromat each month was about $60. And a lot of full-time RV people can tell you that's not out of the ordinary for them. Especially when you have a large family. You're just doing laundry all the time and you got to run a laundromat. And every RV park you stay in is going to have their own laundromat, and they're going to charge you a whole bunch. Or you're going to have to go to one in town. And that was an adventure this last summer with COVID and the spring, because we'd go to a new town every day. And we were doing laundry maybe, I don't know, twice a week perhaps, or maybe even once a week, but we'd spend all day at these laundromats, and you never know what kind of quality you're gonna get. Sometimes they're scary places, sometimes they're fantastic. We just got tired of spending all the money, and we totaled it up, and we're like, you know, if we just bought this portable dryer, we would save so much money. Let's just buy it. It's not super expensive, and I think we got it cheaper than what it's selling for right now. If you look around, you can probably find some good deals. But this is absolutely worth the money for people who are full-time motorhoming. Absolutely. Depends on your space. We move ours, and we take it and we put it here right by the window to vent it out whenever we use it, and then when we're not using it, we put it right here, right by the window, right by the mirror there. And then we move it constantly. It's not heavy to move and it's not hard to move. If you are closing the slide all the time and constantly on the road, then this, you might think about where you want to put it, because right now we just have it in our living room. And it's not a big space, we have a big living room, so that's totally fine. But when we're serious, when we're not parked for, you know, months and months, this thing's got to go to the storage unit. But it will save you money. And don't be hesitant, because it's called Panda and it looks like a toy. It works very, very well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. And check out some of our other videos too. We do review a washing machine a while back. We have a new washing machine that we're going to review. That last one was pretty good. We like this one a little bit more, so be sure to check that out. I'll put the little flag or something up there, or maybe at the end of this video there'll be a link to it.